Good morning guys, welcome to another video. Thank you very much for choosing to watch. I do appreciate it, it really helps. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like and leave a comment below. It's cold, it's another cold day. The puddles are technically ice in the yard, so it tells you how cold it is. -1 at the minute. And it's not a good start to the day, and I'll show you why. Another pet hate of mine, everybody will know. Agency drivers. I had an agency driver in the truck while I was off yesterday, and they just simply have left it in a shit tip. So I've got some work to do before I get in. I can't jump into the truck like that. At least they took the mat out, right? That's a positive. So I've got to get the mat in, give everything a clean, and then you'll see me as we get a move on. So I'll see you in a minute. Right then guys, that is us setting off. We got a busy day today, a very busy day. Well, I say very busy for what is normal for me, I suppose. So here's the plan. We go into London. We're going to the same place that we went to on Tuesday, because I was off yesterday. And then we are going to do a reload. And this place, guys, isn't the place for the faint-hearted. It's mental, all right? And you'll see why when we get here. I'll get there, because I'll show you. I want to show you everything. There's blindside reversing involved. There's low bridges that we got to get under, and yeah, it's crazy. So do make sure you stay tuned, because today could be a very interesting day, to say the least, guys. All right, but the mornings hasn't got off to a good start. Like I said, we had an agency driver in the truck last night yesterday, and he's left me with no fuel. So the first stop today is to get some fuel. Now we're running on time, thankfully. We are running on time, so we've got that spare time to be able to sort of deal with these mishaps. So we're going to go and get some fuel. Then we'll get on the road and get on our way to London, or Dagenham, should I say, because I think that's more Essex. And then we will, crack on with it, guys. Like I said, it's going to be a very interesting day, so do make sure that you stay tuned for the entire video, because I'm sure there's going to be, this is one of the places I've been talking about where it can get interesting. It's one of those places. It's also -2 at the minute, so the UK is going through a deep freeze. So if you don't live in the UK and you're watching from somewhere else in the world, we're all suffering pretty bad at the minute. So it's not as cold as what it is in some places, but if you consider the weather that we have had, this is it's a deep freeze. And snow did fall overnight, and there's still some snow on the roofs of the houses. But we live in Suffolk, so there wouldn't have been too much snowfall anyway. It doesn't tend to snow much here. So yeah, guys, let's crack on down the road anyway, and we'll switch to a time lapse once I've got fuel, as we plough on to the A12, and then we shall go from there, guys. So I shall see you in just a few seconds.
To our old place in the faraway town where I met you, baby. All those years past, now I know you. How the times can change and I get a little down.
So we're now coming off the A13. We've got a van that's broken down here, so if anybody lets us past, just need to scoot around him. Oh, it's an ambulance even, it's broken down. Right then, so we need to go into this industrial estate here. So it's literally turned back on ourselves, which is alright. So we'll quickly do that and then crack it on, guys. It's a far better location, if I'm completely honest, than the previous site of this customer, especially with the roadworks on the A12 at the moment. This works far better, you know, there's less delays, And it's more direct as well, which is alright. But yeah, the other site was quite an odd one, and you could only fit a few trucks in there as well, and they get quite a few deliveries and collections, so when it does get really busy it's not ideal. But yeah, we are pretty much almost there. Then we're just going to get prepared for our reload. I'm hoping I can do some POV on the way in there. When we actually arrive on the reload site, POV probably isn't going to be an option. So we'll sort of stick to this view. I'm liking this view at the minute because it sort of gives you a full view of the cab with a bit of the road as well. And alongside that, it sort of, stops me looking like a bit of a pleb with the camera on my head. But at the same time, close this. Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I do understand POV gives you guys a really good understanding and a view of actually what I'm looking at as a driver, and so I definitely do rate it, and I think POV view is here to stay for the more difficult maneuvers and approaches into places, etc. But then my plan is I want to get another camera which I can mount permanently to the dash, sort of looking at me, and we can sort of switch between views as we drive down the road, etc. And then essentially, that's the plan. So I'll start thinking about that. Should the channel continue to grow? I mean, I want to make sure it grows before I commit financially to actually making the content better, so to say. So yeah, that's probably the biggest thing at the minute. Is I've got loads of plans and I want to make it work, but I just need to make sure that there's decent growth in the channel to be able to give you guys that content and commit fully to the YouTube journey. Right, we're pulling in now, so let's get in here. We've got to speak to security before we go in, just to let them know where we're going. So we'll do that, and then we'll get this delivery done. Oh, we didn't have to speak to security this time. Maybe they've seen us delivering here a few times now, so we no longer need to speak to them. Anyway, we'll get lined up with the bay, and then I'll meet you guys back either after the delivery or as we leave. So I'll speak to you guys in just a little while. That is us now setting off from our delivery, guys. So it only took about 40 minutes there, so we are on a roll. So basically now we're on our way to our reload, and essentially, yeah, it's, like I said, it's an odd one. The trucking sat nav won't take me to where I need to go, because essentially the milk, that's the milk, what the, I've read the sign. The bridge is too low according to the sat nav. Now you guys will see what I mean when we get a bit closer, guys, and like I said at the start of the video, this is going to be worth the watch because it's quite a spectacle. And some of you probably already know where I'm talking about, because it's quite a renowned place, to be completely honest, amongst as well, especially amongst the container world, because it's, you know, it's where a lot of containers get loaded. But anyway, we're going to crack on. Like I said, we're leaving now. I need to put the camera on charge, so that's what I'm going to do quickly now. And then you'll join me, guys, as we are pretty much approaching the reload, and then we'll just crack on, get in. I think we're going to do a bit of POV on the way in. As soon as we sort of are through the interesting part, we will then switch back to the sort of rear cab view. And that's just to make sure, again, that we don't annoy anybody, and make sure that everybody is happy with us and what we're doing, etc. So yeah, we'll switch to that view fairly swiftly, and then there's a blindside reverse to do as well, which we'll do from the rear cab view, and yeah, we'll go from there, guys. So we'll see you in a few seconds. We'll jump straight to that arrival now at our reload. So we'll see you in literally now. See you in a minute. So the guys, POV view now, and we're just coming in to our delivery, and as you can see, is the cheeky monster we've got to go under. Now it says 13.3, it's not, it's been dug out, and essentially this is us going under it now. So let's get the seatbelt off, because I think we might need to check all sides here, and we'll get through. I don't like this. Oh, goes right through me. We'll check both sides of the truck, make sure we're as straight as possible going in, and then we'll pretty much cut it, guys, as soon as we get past this bridge. And that's it, guys. Right, we'll see you in a minute. Right then, guys, I'll explain a bit about what's happening. So we arrived on site and we checked in. We waited about half an hour to get on the weighbridge, because as you could tell through the POV, the site isn't big as exactly. And yeah, got on the weighbridge, only to be told that yeah, we'll check you in, but we need your phone number because you now need to go and park somewhere safe, and we'll call you when we're ready for you. So I said to them, well, where do you want me to park? You know, is there anywhere you can recommend? And their words were, no, you just have to find somewhere. So I've just had to do that. So we're practically parked in an industrial estate, away from it. We're about maybe 5-10 minutes away from there. But that really annoys me, that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, that for a site that big, they shouldn't be booking, you know, they shouldn't be overbooking trucks in, you know, and that's what really winds me right up. Because now I'm sort of sat here and I don't know when it's going to be that they call, you know. But this is when I'll communicate with the planners, to be fair. I've already told them that, you know, I'm not having them taking the mickey and calling me at 4 o'clock. You know, if it gets to about 2-3 o'clock, I'm expected to be pulled. But yeah, it's crazy. I think this is what puts people off the industry. And I always said, when I was tramping, I was more than happy to, yeah, I'll sit and wait, no worries, sit and wait, get paid to do that. But sort of being a day driver primarily now, yeah, does my head in, because you want to get home, and everyone's got families. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what puts people off joining the industry more than anything, is this sort of thing. Like I've done RDCs and that in the past, and they take 6 hours to take 12 pallets off, you know. And that's what does grip me about the industry as a whole, is that sit and wait mentality is everywhere. Or, you know, that thing of, yeah, you know, you just have to go away and park up. I haven't got a car, mate. I've got a 40-foot truck, you know, and that's where it does gripe me a little bit. And I think companies that have HGVs in need to really get a grip of it, because it's only so much the transport companies can do, and I personally feel as if the transport companies are trying their best. You know, they're coming up with schemes, etc., to try and make things better for us in the industry. But unfortunately, it's just that one bit that just they don't care. Do you know what I mean? We don't. Yeah, if you don't like it, we don't need you. We'll get somebody else in. Basically, is the way they look at it. You know, because some company will take the work because people are struggling. Rant over. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully it's not too much longer. I'll chuck you on the cab view sort of saying on the way back in, you can have a look at what it looks like to go through under the bridge on that one. As obviously I've already showed you POV. But hopefully, I mean, it's what, 12 o'clock now, so I'm complaining. But yeah, we just want to get home, you know. But yeah, so it's 12 o'clock now. We'll see what time they call us. See you in a minute. Right then guys, we have finally had the call that they're ready for us. So we've been here for about an hour and 27 minutes, which isn't ideal. Before we set off, I need to grab this. We're causing a bit of havoc right now. So yeah, it isn't ideal, but let's get on with it and we'll go and get ourselves loaded. We're about 5 minutes away, but we're going to use this view all the way in, because why not? And I'm not too sure what happens when we get there, whether we got to go back on the weighbridge. I don't think we do, because we were given all the paperwork when we left site. So I'm supposing that essentially when we get back on site, it will literally just be a matter of going straight on the bay. So I'm sure the marshallers will probably talk to us when we get there, and then essentially get us on a bay. Because it's a blind side and because of the type of site it is, we do have a banksman, and to be fair, the last time I was here they were actually really good. They told me do this, do that, and I was on the bay pretty much within 30 seconds. So we shall see if it's any good this time. But yeah, we're not too far away. We're about 2 roundabouts away from where we need to be. And the industrial estate we're in it was quite difficult to find somewhere to park up. But we managed to find somewhere in the end, and it was sort of like, yeah, there was a truck parked there. He said he was going, so we sort of jumped in after him, pretty much. So essentially, we just want to get loaded and get home now, but we'll probably still have to go to Felixstowe after this. So it's just one of those things. It's how quickly your day can go from good to bad, I suppose, in this industry, especially when it comes to reloading at sites like the one we are reloading at. But yeah, it's a bit mad. But hopefully we can just get ahead of ourselves here and just get into this place and just get dealt with and out. And then you've got this car here that wants to decide to squeeze up my inside. You know, not that I need the space, but that's fine, mate. No worries. That's the annoying thing. If you're a car driver and you see a truck taking up 2 spaces, it's probably because he needs that space. And the reason why I'm taking up 2 lanes at the minute is just so I've got a bit more space that I'm not going to curb it, pretty much. Always overcompensate, always. Because it makes life more comfortable for you guys as well, as drivers. And these lights are horrendous. They don't want to turn green at all. No, okay, just let everybody else go. It's a bit strange. Bit of an odd one. I think if it doesn't turn green this time, I'm just going to go when it's clear. Not making much sense, because I think the pedestrian crossing lights are stuck on green. we are just going to go, because simply and clearly the lights are not working properly. So I done the safe thing to keep traffic moving, made sure that it was clear, and went. Don't see anything wrong with that. And maybe highways should check out their lights. But yeah, so it's just over this roundabout, and then it's the next left. Well, not the next left, but one of the lefts on the way down. So let's get in there. We're going to come under that 13.3 bridge again. Apparently, it's been dug out essentially to allow trucks to get in and out. How long it's been like that for, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, the site isn't located in the best of places, to be completely honest. I think everybody would agree with me on that one. It's really located in just a slog pit that's just not designed for multiple trucks. It really isn't. See, we've got trucks here that are parked on pavements, obstructing things for pedestrians. Again, this is unsafe. Do you know what I mean? And this ultimately has an impact because they're not running the site the way it should be run. You know, they need to be booking people in and letting people know that you ain't gonna get in until your booking time, so don't turn up early. So we're coming out again, more trucks parked up. So we just need to let this guy know that we have had the call. Hi mate!
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, how are you? We're back on the move. Back on the move. Thank you to the very polite gentleman there. He's organising traffic. And he thought I was Greek because of the Greek flag, but unfortunately he knew a bit of Greek, but unfortunately not. I am British, but the company is Greek and I value that, so that's why the Greek flag is there. Right, so let's get under this bridge. Again, take the seatbelt off, just to make sure that I've got full range of motion. Now, if you come under this quite often, I'm sure you're going to be fairly confident in coming under it, but for me, not too confident. So what we'll do is we'll get in to the site and we'll get booked in. Hello guys, we will reverse on the bay with the marshaller. Key is to keep eyes on him at all times, and he will guide me in essentially. Obviously keeping eyes on the mirrors as well. That's us pretty much on the lines. Probably have to straighten up a little bit. straight with the lines, and then we can just go on back, and they open the doors for us, which is real. Just little corrections now. They're quite strict with being in line with the day here, so to make sure that the mirrors don't do us over. There we are, mate. Thank you very much. So he'll now open our doors for us, and then we'll head on backwards and get on the bay. It's been a while. We were sat there waiting for about 25 minutes, roughly. So we just need to hopefully get loaded quickly, and we can get underway. And we can get back to Felixstowe, or wherever the planners are intending us to go, and hopefully we can just get on and get the day back on track in some way, shape or form. But we're not going to be back now until about 5-6 o'clock anyway. It's going to turn into about almost a 12-hour day, I think, which for some people in the industry is quite a common day. For us on the container world, it's can be common, but it's not that common. So yeah, we'll just wait for them to open the doors now, and then once the doors are open we can get on back. I can feel them struggling to open those doors. I struggled earlier, so they're closing them now. Oh, sorry, opening them, not closing them. Can be a pain, this. Right, the doors are open, so we'll just wait for him to signal us to come back. I think we're going to take our keys off us here as well. Not too sure what he's doing. Right, giving us that signal to come on back. So we'll try and keep it straight. That's us on, guys. Right then, I'll see you when we leave. Right then guys, that is us now on our way out of our reload. Now it took a lot longer than expected, as you can probably imagine. We arrived there at 11:30, and the time is now 4 o'clock. So it's been a long slog for the second half of today. Which hasn't been ideal, and we have to go to Felixstowe as well to offload the box so it can go onto its ship at some point, and then pick up our box for the morning. Now we are going to West Brom tomorrow, and it's an 11 o'clock delivery, so it's a bit of a later start. It's about a 7 o'clock start, so it's not too bad, but you know, it's a Friday and I like an early start on a Friday. I like to finish early, because it's the weekend, right? So everybody wants to have and make the most of their weekends. We're stuck in traffic now. We're stuck in traffic, sort of making our way up to the Dartford Tunnel. There's roadworks, etc., which is not really helping us out at all. So we're expected into Felixstowe for about 20 to 6 o'clock. That sort of 20-minute window, depending on traffic and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna headed down the M25. We're going to get it, we're going to go onto the A12 rather than the 13, because the A13 will probably be quite slogged as we come up to the sort of the join onto the A12. So I just feel as if it might be a bit better, really. But yeah, that's about it as far as today goes in that sense. And then we'll head back to the yard and park up ready for tomorrow. So it's a bit of a pain, but we're going to make the most out of the lights anyway, guys. As you can tell, it's starting to get red in the cab. I think I need some stronger LED lights behind the bunk, and if I get a light board, which I said I was gonna, it would probably light up the cab a lot more. But yeah, essentially, guys, we're just going to have to crack on now down the M25 and try and see if we can make up a bit of time to sort of compensate for the traffic that we're currently stuck in. But yeah, this is the sort of thing that happens. Your day can go so bad so fast. You know, we were on time this morning, it was a quick tip, and then all of a sudden the reload was just absolutely ram-packed with guys trying to obviously reload their containers and walk-in floors and tippers, or tip their tippers and walk-in floors. And then obviously everyone arrives one place at once, and it ultimately ends in disaster. And that's what sort of happened today, guys. So it's not ideal. I've got some editing to do as well this evening, because I need to. There's a vlog coming out, so to be tomorrow, Friday, at 6 o'clock or 5:30, whichever time I've put down. And yeah, so there's a lot to do, and it's not been ideal. I think I need to invest in a laptop rather than my PC, so that I can do some editing while I'm on the road. My partner suggested it, but I thought I'm not going to get it unless I need to. But it's looking like more and more that I'm going to need one, and especially if I'm planning on making a long-term investment into the YouTube style of stuff, it's probably going to be useful, and I can imagine you guys agree as well. Anyways, we'll switch to some time lapse now, in the cab view maybe. I've not really used POV too much today. I've sort of been liking the cab view, but I will change it up video to video depending on what we're doing. Tomorrow we're going to a place in West Brom, which is pretty tricky. It's a blindside reverse again, and it is also a bit of a nightmare because there's machines everywhere, and we're delivering machines tomorrow. There's one place I do know what we're delivering, because I do it so often, because a lot of drivers refuse to do it. So yeah, that's the customer we're going to tomorrow. We're delivering scissor lifts on the back of the container, which is always interesting. But anyway, guys, like I said, we'll switch to a time lapse now, and then we'll probably call it a day, guys. There's no point in showing you Felixstowe. If you guys want to see more Felixstowe, or you know, I haven't been to any ports, other ports since starting the YouTube stuff, but you know, if you do want to see more of the ports, more of Felixstowe, etc., then let me know, you know, and I'll make sure to capture some stuff. Obviously, I'm very limited to what I can capture at Felixstowe, because you know, I'm fully aware of the security precautions that need to be taken, and I can only film what is technically in the public view, which is all I've realistically done, because you can see all the berths from the public view, but it's like a touristy bit on the side of Felixstowe. You can see all that, you can see all the cranes and what they do, but essentially we just need to only record the bits that we are not jeopardizing security. So he's flashing, telling that car to speed up. But yeah, if you guys do want to see anything specific, please let me know, and I will try my best to cover it. Yeah, we'll see where we end up, guys. But anyway, we'll switch to a time lapse view now. Thank you very much for watching the video. I'll say that now. And thank you very much to everybody that subscribed and liked videos so far. It means the world to me, because I'm really enjoying doing these vlogs, and I want this to grow and grow so that we can develop together, and that you guys can sort of control the content that I end up creating, because essentially, guys, it's for your entertainment, and you know, I'm glad that people are enjoying the stuff. Don't forget to leave a comment as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and join the journey, guys. And I do appreciate it. So until next time, guys, we'll switch to a time lapse now. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Was it over from the get-go? Should we call it quits and let go? I have cried